The next cube is my square one. I switched all the stickering because the old square one stickers are really crappy, the stock stickers, and I replaced them with CubeSmith stickers. This cube, sorry, not cube, square one came from my uncle. He got it for me when I was like 8 or something, and I never solved it, and it was in my drawer for a long time. And when I solved the 3x3 for the first time, I just thought it would be really cool to solve this one. And really, the square one is what got me into puzzle solving, because solving the 3x3 was cool, and after I solved the 3x3, I never made an attempt to solve a different puzzle. I mean, I wasn't that interested. But once I learned how to solve this square one, I wanted to solve more and more and more and more and more and different kinds of puzzles. So really, this puzzle right here, this square one, is the cube that really got me into speed cubing. Well, not speed cubing, but like just, you know, puzzles, twisty puzzles, I guess. Next cube is the super square one. I got this from Cube4U. You can get these from Mefferts.com also. But this puzzle is really cool to play with, but it's definitely not one of my favorite puzzles. I'm a collector, so I collect pretty much any puzzle that I can find, but I don't necessarily like every puzzle that I find. The super square one is fun only if you have the patience for it, because what you have to do is you have to be able to solve. The way you solve it is you solve all 4 layers the same way. So the top 2 layers you solve just like a normal square one, but these middle 2 layers you solve them like pretending that this is the top layer and pretending that this is the bottom layer. So basically you have to solve these inner 2 layers without knowing what the top color is, because they're all black. So it's really hard and challenging. This is definitely a challenging puzzle. If you're looking for a challenge, get a super square one, but only if you have the patience for it, because it can get really frustrating. Next puzzle is my Scube. I got this cube at the same time as I got my Scube Ultimate and my Pyraminx, which I'll show later in the video. But it's a really fun puzzle to have. I think it's really awesome, just the mechanics of how it moves and stuff. I have a solving video of it on my channel also. I can't necessarily solve it fast or whatever. I use like the beginner's method, but I have it just more of a collector's item, and it's really fun to solve. However, this particular Scube, the centers pop out a lot. Like they'll come apart, and like the little beads and springs that are in there that are designed to lock it in place. Because I mean, this puzzle it relies on like staying in the square shape, so it has a locking mechanism to keep it in place, and a lot of those beads and springs that are designed to keep it in place popped out, so it pops a little bit more and it's a little harder to keep in place, but it moves really smoothly once you lubricate it. So oh, there we go. See, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about, is that the centers will just like pop out, sometimes unexpectedly, sometimes during the middle of a solve, so they're really frustrating. Anyway, I'll put it together later. Alright, so that's about it with my cubic puzzles. Let's go on to some different ones. So next one I want to do is my Megaminx. This is the first Megaminx I ever got. I put new stickers on it because the stickers I had that were on it were really crappy. This is the Mefferts PET Megaminx, and the PET Mefferts Megaminx is awful. The PET stickers, or labels as they call them, is basically just like the Rubik's stickers. It's just a really crappy, awful sticker. So if you ever had a Rubik's brand cube and you know how awful those stickers are, the Mefferts PET stickers are just like that. They're actually a little bit worse, because when I sprayed this one with silicone, it made all the stickers peel off, which really sucks because it was my first Megaminx. But because of the fact that I knew how rare the Mefferts Megaminx were, I went ahead and bought 2. So after failing with that Mefferts Megaminx, I got my second Mefferts Megaminx out, and I modified it, and this is the modified Mefferts Megaminx. This one has screws and springs from Cube4U.com, and it works really nicely. It never pops ever. Like, I can't even like force the pieces out, even though they have like a great like tolerance. Here, let me see if I can show you guys some cuts here. So they cut fairly well, but it's just a really smooth puzzle, and it's probably my best Megaminx. Again, it has different screws and springs in it. That's what you have to do if you get a Megaminx. I don't really care what Megaminx you get. More than likely, you're going to have to change out the screws and springs, because most Megaminxes come with really crappy springs. My next puzzle is the PVC Megaminx. This Megaminx is really crappy when you get it at first. The purples, it has opposite purples here, and those are like almost the exact same color, so it's hard to tell which one is which. But if you change out the screws and springs like I did with the Cube for You springs and screws, and you lubricate it, it actually becomes a really nice cube. This one's just about as good as my Mefferts, but it locks up a little bit more, but it's just as smooth. It's also a little bit looser, so like the pieces they don't hold their shape as much, and they kind of slide around kind of without you meaning them to. So that's another reason why it's not as good. But the PVC Megaminx is definitely a good buy. So I mean, if there's not any other Megaminxes on the market except for this one, go ahead and get the PVC Megaminx, because it is a great puzzle, and it's really fun to have. Also, all three of these Megaminxes were stickered with CubeSmith stickers. The PVC Megaminx, as I said before, has a horrible color scheme, and all the colors pretty much look the same. The Mefferts ones, it has a really nice color scheme, but the stickers peel off really easily, so I just re-stickered them. If you want to re-sticker a Megaminx, order the stickers off of CubeSmith. However, if you want a brown, you have to order that separately, because it comes with this copper color, which is like a shiny color. So here's the brown and here's the copper. So I didn't really want a shiny sticker, so I ordered brown. Also, it doesn't come with this neon green. It comes with like a silvery color. So it comes with that silver. So if you want it to look like a normal Megaminx and not some weird color scheme that CubeSmith has made up. They made up their own weird color scheme. But if you want a normal Mefferts color scheme, you're going to have to order a brown separately if you don't like the shiny copper, and you're going to have to order a light green also. But the CubeSmith stickers definitely work a lot better than any stickers that come with it. The next Megaminx I have is my MF8 Megaminx. See if you can see that in the camera. MF8. Anyway, this puzzle is really good. It's really smooth when you lubricate it. The only problem is it pops a lot. It pops so much. Like, I haven't bothered to adjust the screws and springs inside of it. I have another one that I'm modifying, but I haven't gotten around to that yet, and I might make a video once I'm done modifying the other one. But this is just one that I kind of left the way it is. But it pops a lot, the MF8 Megaminx, and it's not nearly as good as some of the other ones. It moves a lot smoother, and it has tiles, which is really awesome because tiles are sweet. But it pops too much, and the tiles are nasty colors. Like, I don't even know what color that is. Like, here's this color compared to the yellow. It's like a really pale brownish yellow, and it's just an ugly color. Also, the sticker layout or tile color layout, whatever, it's just a really nasty layout. So it has like this pale yellow opposite that one, purple opposite pink. Just, I don't know, the colors are really nasty on this, so it's a lot better just to get a different Megaminx, but this one's still good. Next puzzle is my Mefferts Pyraminx Crystal. This puzzle is awesome. It's probably one of the coolest puzzles, coolest looking puzzles that you can have. It's really similar to a Megaminx, because basically the way you solve it is you solve the corners, which are these like 3 tiles, like this tile, and this tile, all make up like one corner, and these little inner pieces right here make up the edges. So you solve the corners just like you would a Megaminx, but you solve the inner little slices the same way that you solve the inner slices on a Pyraminx or a Terraminx. So it's a really cool puzzle. It definitely looks impressive, and the color scheme is awesome. Like, this puzzle has probably the best color scheme of any puzzle that I know of. Like, Mefferts just did a really good job making sure that the colors were all really distinguishable from each other, and it comes with tiles, so they'll never like wear out or anything. and just the Pyraminx Crystal is an awesome puzzle to get. The next puzzle from that is probably my least favorite puzzle of all, the Skewb Ultimate. I hate this puzzle. If you like the Skewb Ultimate, I'm sorry. I hate it. It drives me crazy when I try to solve it. I've never like really figured out how to solve it. I can solve it sometimes, and then other times I just can't for whatever reason, like the parity or whatever. I get some weird case. But every time I solve it, I never want to mix it up again because it just drives me crazy to solve this puzzle. I really, really don't like this puzzle at all. Which is a shame because the Skewb, which I showed earlier, the Skewb is awesome. I love the Skewb, but this puzzle, the Skewb Ultimate, I just hate it. And I'm sorry if you disagree, but that's just me.